I'm Rosa. Today I'm going to tackle dusting and cleaning and reorganizing my pantry shelving area. So this is in my mudroom in our home, and I have extra whatever it is that I think I need for the pantry. And we've been eating out of this and working through it. And my goal for 2024, or one of my goals for 2024, is to work my way through it more so than I have. At the end of 2023, I decided that we needed to eat through as much of it as possible. And maybe we don't need to store as much as we have. We're a small family of 3, and I don't want things to go bad. So my goal is to make sure we eat through this, make it part of our meal plans so that we're not spending extra money on things we don't need. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do and reorganize this. This right here is our mudroom and our working pantry, and you can see there's messes going on everywhere. I wanted to give you a good view of what we have going on. Everything from the top shelf all the way down. Our food items mostly, with some storage items at the top. We have the washer dryer over here that also need a little makeover. And I have the vacuum on the floor there because he had to, or she, Lupita is what I call her, she had to move from her permanent place while we hung a mirror, and then she is going back to where she came. So she's just on vacation in here. So I'm working on fixing this up, and hopefully I'm not going to take too long. I just want to quickly dust, reorganize, and move forward. I want to keep this very simple so that I can go through it quickly. I don't want to make this a 2-day project because then I'll get discouraged. But I just have my ladder and a duster, and that's what I'm working with. My washing machine is on in the background, so it's a little noisy, but it's looking so much better already. I am dusting, as you saw, as I go along, and trying to get rid of anything that's expired and take anything to the kitchen that I want to use up right now. Here's the current state of the mudroom pantry. It's looking better already. I've emptied out all the boxes that were on the bottom shelf and moved some items around. I've dusted all the shelves, wiped anything that needed wiping, and rearranged the foods. I threw out anything expired. I need to work on the very top shelf. And while I was here, I went ahead and worked on this back cubby that needed some rearranging and purging. I have a couple hanging out with me. They look like yin and yang sometimes, the way they lay in there. But they want to hang in there for now. Those beds on top have been washed. I also cleaned the top of the washer and dryer, and I'm working on that right now. Here is the finished product for now, and I'm pretty happy with it. I'll go through my pantry with you. Top shelf is bulk of different items such as salt, grains, oats, corn. That's going to stay the same. And I also have surplus of chips, which I just want to make them look a little better, so I need to do that. But actually, hold on, that's better. I rearranged the chips, brought down a sleeve of paper plates to use in the kitchen, and I brought down some salt because I needed to refill my salt in the kitchen. but that's the top shelf. The next shelf starting on the left, and I apologize, my washing machine is going in the background. That's resealable bags and food saver bags, mostly. The next shelf is sugars and chocolate. Everything you can see pretty much. It's not hidden, and that's what I tried to do, not hide anything. Here I have different types of sugars, whether it's maple syrup, honey, raw sugar, coconut sugar, molasses, anything that's sweet is the next shelf. Shelf below that are sauces and olives, condiment types. The next shelf is baking with flour and chocolate chips and such. I have grains, rices, cornbread mixes, pastas on the next shelf. Moving to the right, I have some breakfast items along with more baking items. And then this shelf, more condiments, raisins, cranberries. I have some honeys on this shelf, but they're creamed honeys or manuka honey. I have some spices on this shelf. This shelf was just sort of extra. I emptied enough things out of here, and once I rearranged it, I was able to have an extra shelf. So this is just holding stuff that was elsewhere mostly, such as my hard red wheat, some crackers, a tea, dog treats, because I can't put the dog treats on the bottom shelf with some of the other dog items because they will break into them, and some biscuit mix. Here we have some more grains and beans and fruit, which is an odd combination, but they fit well on the shelf together. Meats such as tuna and chicken. It's all canned meats. Here we have peanut butters, tahini, hazelnut, and crackers. And this is my beans, canned beans. Red beans, black beans, cannellini, chickpeas, and sardines, clams, corn, more canned items. This was kind of a milk shelf. So we have evaporated, coconut, sweetened condensed, and milk powders. The next shelf was, I was able to get, and you can see my puppy over here, I was able to get everything out of boxes except for this one box of pineapple. And I have plenty of pineapple on the shelf, so I don't need to open that box until I'm ready. So that's my box of pineapple. Some baking soda that fit there. I have my pasta sauces, and these are tomato products mostly. Tomato sauce, diced tomatoes, tomato paste, rotel. Then I have some green chilies and olives, and the mushrooms fit well there. The Vienna sausage are for my pups. It's a treat when they have that, and so is that big can of green beans. That's for them. I got some sprouted wheat berries and some bone broth. And then the bottom shelf, almost the same with my buckets of grain, some oil. I have black beans and white rice, vinegar. I may leave Lupita here. This may not be her vacation spot. It may be her new home. So we're gonna try her out there and see how that goes. I have some organic sugar and some corn. And I was on a roll, so I decided to clean up the cubby. This cubby was jam-packed, and I was able to get some things out. It's not aesthetically pleasing as I would like it to be, but it's fine for now. And this rod I got off of Amazon, and I installed it for our extra hangers, and I really like that there. I'm washing the doggy bed from the crate, so that's the noise in the background. And my washer and dryer, I cleaned up while I was there. I emptied this stuff on top and put everything in little baskets, or rearranged the baskets more or less. But I don't need to have as much on the washer and dryer as I did. These baskets here are interesting. they're my husband's work jeans and socks, and I wash them and put them back there, and he grabs them from there in the mornings. It's always worked out to keep his work clothes in the laundry room. That way he's not trekking through the house with dirty clothing, and then I don't have to carry it back to the bedroom. He just takes it back. So this other side of the mudroom, not too exciting. And the freezer area is nice and clean. We have this shelving on top that's holding a few things. I have a freeze dryer, but I haven't used it yet. So one of these days I'll hook it up and use it. But I'm happy with the pantry. Now I just need to work on our menus so that I can keep working through the food in the pantry. And one of the things that I did while I was taking the going through the pantry items was, if I knew that I was able to use something right now, I took it off the shelf and put it in the kitchen. So I actually took out some stuff to make salsa so that we can have tacos. And I took out some gelatin before it expires to make some gelatin for everyone. And I think it looks really good. I'm glad it's clean and organized. That's most important. Thank you for joining me today as I went through my pantry and organized and cleaned it up. I'm glad you were here. I hope you hit the subscribe button and the like button, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.